Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone listening to me from different part of the world, and good morning to my team members here at Adbond Harvest and Homes. And this morning, we want to talk about something amazing, on our team mental fitness. And our topic for today is practical ways to network and maintain new relationships. All right, I'm Stephen Ifeoluwa Awoyemi, and we'll be talking about how to practically get to network, meet people, and then maintain the relationships, afterwards. So let me start with this. No man is an island entire of itself. Every man is a piece of the continent. This was given by a poet, John Donne, an English poet. And he said this to make us understand why, we need relationships. If we go back in time, we all realize or remember that we're born into a certain family, right? And I'm sure nobody just appeared, right? We didn't just appear, to planet Earth, right? We grew up to understand that we had this parent, we had this brother, we had this sister. And growing up as well, we didn't take care of ourselves, and at some point we had to start school, meet people, and then to the level we are here today, we've had to meet different set of people in different aspects of our life. So we all are just a piece of the puzzle. So if you take a puzzle, there are different parts that make up the puzzle. If you take one out, out of the puzzle and you don't add it to the puzzle becomes incomplete. So the puzzle requires that piece and you also require the puzzle. So it is when you come together that it makes, sense. So as individuals, on earth, we have a reason for being here. And you can't do anything that you are called for to do alone. You need relationships at diverse levels, from family to workplace to community to society. You need relationships. And that is what this quote is saying. You are not just an island. Like I would usually say, at Adbond Harvest and Homes, we have different people working in the organization, from the CEO down to, the cleaner. There are diverse people in the organization ensuring that, the organization works. And if you take one person out of it, it can affect in one way or the other. So we need ourselves, to make a complete sense in our world. All right. And growing up as well, I realized the essence of relationship very early. I'm born into a family of 7, and we have 4 guys and 3 females. So I would quickly talk about how I saw the importance of relationship growing up. So I had one of my brothers then, our fourth born. So at a certain point in our lives, we were born with silver spoon, later changed to wooden spoon. That means that things were going so well, and at some point things went south. So we all needed to do something to make an ends meet. And to a very large extent, we're all above average when it comes to academics. So we all knew that after secondary school, we would teach at diverse levels, make money before going to school. So in my environment then, one of the things my brother did then was that he cited all the rich people, the wealthy people in that environment. And he walked up to them and they started teaching their kids. And that thing exposed him to the life of, the wealthy people. He realized that, wealthy people have certain connections. They have certain way of doing things. They live in certain locations. So when it was time for him, to get a job, one of the people that he had trained his sons was the person that, gave him that influence to get the job the first time. And as well, there was something that happened to him. When he realized they had gotten some money, he left our location. I don't want to mention the location, but he left the location, for Lekki, and then got an apartment there because he said he knows that there's, location has a lot to do with relationship and your connections. So he started attending a church on the island, and one of the things that happened to him at a certain point was that, he was robbed by armed robbers, and a lot of his things were stolen. His iPad, his laptop, they took, some substantial amount of things away from him, and when he got back to his community and told them this is what happened, the church he was attending, you wouldn't believe that all of the things he lost, he got better things. Someone gave him a iPad that was better, iPhone that was better, every one of them came around and did something better, for him. And I played it back to my own life. As a farmer, I had started working in a certain place, and the kind of people I had a network with them. I won't call them wealthy people. We're just people like ourselves, still trying to make ends meet. It happened that I also had a robbery case at that point in time, that I was robbed, and my laptop, a lot of things were taken away from me. But you know what happened? When I reached back to my network, none of them could even, afford to give me a phone or whatever back. What they all said to me was, "Oh, sorry, this thing it happens, you get better." And it really made me understand the power, of connection and having the right set of people. Someone said that you are not more than the average of 5 people around you. So if you look at the people that you keep, as your close contact, check them out. You are not more than the average of 5 of them. So I'm saying that the people you keep have a lot to do with your successes and your failures in life. All right, so I want to ask this question: who is the most influential person you have ever met, and what made them so impactful? Who is the most influential person you have ever met, and what made them so impactful? I don't know. I just need like 1 or 2 answers. If you can play back, your life to where you are right now, can you think of someone so influential that you have met? That you can say that this person has done so much to influence my life and has impacted my life. Can I get 1 or 2 persons? If we go back, check our lives, we can see, we can trace our successes to someone. At the same time, most times you can trace your failures, to someone. All right, so that's the power of interconnectedness that we have as humans. All right, I know some people say some things, some myths about networking. So now we're talking about how to move, to meet new people and then also keep these people. That's what we really want to talk about today. So myths about networking. I've heard people say networking is only for extroverts. Yeah, extroverts are people that they get their energy from social interactions when they are with people. The strength and all comes from, there are people that they say what is on their mind. They don't think, they just say it. They don't, the introverts will think before talking. Those ones are always looking out for perfection, before getting things done. They recharge when they are in their private zones. But sincerely, I would usually say that we all have a blend of both, that introvertedness and extrovertedness, all right? It's just that, the environment, like I would say that, P equals G plus E, genetics and environment is what made us all. And then it made some of us tend towards extroversion and then some of us, towards introversion. But in the real sense, because networking is important, we all want to meet people. We all want to, connect with the right set of people that can help us get to the next place. Networking is not just for extroverts, it's actually for everybody. And I would usually say that the way we are created, we are gregarious beings, we are people that naturally are extrovertedness was something that was given to us as we were born. We are social beings, that's what science calls it. So it's not just for extroverts, but for both every set of people, all right? I've heard that networking is only for job professionals, looking for jobs, looking for business opportunities. No, networking is for everybody. Like we have all just said now, from our family to our business to our society, our community, we need ourselves, to make things work. So it's not just for a set of people looking out for jobs. It's for every one of us, because we need to meet the right set of people and we need to connect with the right set of people. Also, I do hear that people would say you need to attend large events, to network effectively. I've met people in places that you can't imagine. I've met people at BRT bus stop. I've met people going to buy stuff. Just last week, I went to buy pure water, and I think they had 6 bags left, and the lady beside me was like, "Oh, sorry, can you just give me 2 bags out of it?" That was how we started talking, and then before you knew, we exchanged contact. Now we are talking business. Networking can happen anywhere. It's not just in big events. Also, I've heard that you need to be an expert or have a lot of experience to network effectively. No, in the course of this training, I'll be telling you what we need to do in order to network, effectively anywhere. And last thing is, networking is only what others can do for you. We have talked about networking being transformational, not just transactional. Not just you thinking about what you can get from people, but what you can give to people. And that is why it is more about who you are becoming than what you have. All right, so that's some myths about networking. Now let me talk about facts about networking. First one is that 80% of jobs are found through networking, as stated by LinkedIn. All right. Next is that networking can increase your earning potential by up to 15%. Forbes is a source. Third one says people with strong social connections have a 50% increased chance of survival. When you have the right set of people, when things go wrong, when you are down, the right set of people are the people that will talk you through these things and make you come back up. And that's why the right set of people are always very happy. You see them, they're always joyful because they have right connections that would always bring them up in tough situations. All right. And also, networking can reduce stress and anxiety by providing emotional support. And the most successful people, what they do, they have strong network of mentors, they have strong network of peers and friends. All right. So these are facts about networking that makes networking, really important for each and every one of us. All right. What's next? The mindset of a successful networker. So as someone that already understands now that, networking is something I need to do, is meant for me, it's not just for a particular set of people. What kind of mindset should you have? You should be open and you should be curious. Successful networkers approach new connections with an open mind and a genuine desire to learn from others. If you are the type of person that you really think of meeting people at any time, you must be open-minded. You must be open to perspectives of people. When you meet people, you think about hearing their own side, not just saying your own side. Embrace it. If it's something you need or not, just listen attentively and be curious to learn, from people. Again, a networker is value-driven. We understand, as networkers that we give value and then we get value in return. So I found out very quickly that you can know a lot of great people, but if you have nothing to offer them, you get nothing in return. Everybody is looking for something to get, so that is why, as a human being, as a networker, you have to be value driven, and that is what gives me confidence to meeting anybody, because I know I have value to offer you. So I walk up to you with gladness, with open mind, with smile on my face, and then I can talk to anybody, in the world. All right. Next one is that a networker has a long-term perspective. You don't think of meeting people, for a short course just because you think you want to get something from them. You need a contact, you need a job. No, a networker thinks about long-term, what we can do together, to make our world a better place. They view networking as long-term strategy for building lasting, relationships and not just transactional exchanges. All right, why is networking important? I'll just give 3 things here. If you're going to advance in your career, definitely you need networking. All right, networking, it can help you connect to people in your industry. It can lead to job opportunities. It can lead to promotions, and it can lead to mentorship. All right. Also, when it comes to building yourself, building your expertise, networking is one of the things that would help you do that easily. And also, when you want to expand your network, networking can introduce you to people from diverse backgrounds. They can lead to new friendships, new collaborations, and business opportunities. All right. So where I'm going now, practical ways to what? To network, practical ways to meet new people. And this is what I wrote from what I have found out over the years, because a lot of my friends will say, how do I do it? I still connect with my secondary school, primary school friends, and I just sat down and then I wrote down these 6 things that I think we should do if we are going to network effectively. And the first one is that set goals and be intentional. The same way we set goals about finance, set goals about other things about our life, we need to start setting goals, about meeting new people. So for me, my goal is to meet someone every day of my life. Meet someone new every day. And that's why my contact list on my WhatsApp is super amazing. When I post, all right, I know the number of views I get. Sometimes I call myself an influencer. Some people call me an influencer. But really, the goal is just for me to meet someone new every day. I'm always interested in checking on someone. I'm always interested in meeting, someone. So we have to set goals about it. We have to sit down, probably as we are moving into a new year, you set goals that in year 2025, I want to have like 100 new contacts that I would influence and would also influence me as well. So we have to be intentional about it. And next thing I do so well that I found out that when you really want to meet new people, is that you give compliments. So when I walk up to anyone, the first thing I look out for is to say something nice about the person. And I found out that There is no time you say something nice to someone, they smile back to you and they tell you thank you. Even if the person is in the worst state, of their mindedness, or at that point, when the moment you say, oh, I love the earrings you're wearing, you definitely come up with a smile. And before you know it, you can have access to, talk to that person. And then you have an open mind about that person. When the person talks to you, you are open to hearing the person and learning, whatever the person is saying, to you. Another one is that, if you have this open-mindedness, already you have set goals, now attend events, and online and offline. You will see that I bracket leverage technology, because I realize that the age we are in, connecting with people has become a lot easier. With technology, you can easily talk to anybody. You can easily check someone's status, and through that, you are connecting with that person. So, there are a lot of events to attend when it comes to meeting people. And part of the training I did on networking initially is that one of the things you look out for when you want to attend events is that you look out for your area of interest, things that you are passionate about. When you go for events in that area of interest and passion, it becomes easy for you to network, to talk to someone, to meet someone new, because you both share, you share similar interests, and that makes conversations very easy. And before you know it, you have added that person to your network, that person has added you to the network, and then, the relationship continues from there. Another thing that has really helped me, that I found out in the few years on Planet Earth, is that I have a volunteer's mindset. I always want to volunteer, at different, like I said, in my areas of interest. I always look out for different, things to volunteer for. And what volunteering does is that it offers value for free. When people see that you offer value for free, they easily can tell the kind of person you are, and they can easily want to connect with you. That is what volunteering does. And that's why I tell a lot of people as well, even if you're looking for jobs, you haven't gotten jobs yet, one of the things you can easily do for people to, it's a free space for people to identify the kind of value and the quality you have. So when you volunteer at any time, what you see is that people would naturally want to gravitate towards you when they know you are such a valuable person. I've met powerful people in this world, just volunteering and being in their space, showing up, the value I have. The next one is provide value and be helpful. At any time, when you meet people, I would always say that for every lady I meet, you'll be happy you have met me, because I would only not meet you for whatever thing I think I want to get from you. I'm meeting you because I want to make you better. And so when you think about that, before meeting anybody, that I'm meeting this person to offer value to this person, I tell you, it makes, meeting people and keeping people very easy, because they know you are not just thinking about what you want to get from them. You are also thinking about what you want to give to them. And the last one that looks very funny that I wrote there is learn to wear a smile always. I can see this morning a good number of us are not smiling, but think down and see that life is good, and then wear a smile. I tell you, one of the easiest ways to connect with people is just wearing smiles. I've met people in restaurants, in diverse places, with just the look. It shouldn't be about what is happening to you or whatever. Just learn to wear a smile always. And science has shown that, when you smile more, you tend to live healthier and you live more. So wearing a smile is one of the, tricks to connecting with people. So if you have now connected with people, how do you maintain the relationship? All right. And before I go to that, mastering conversation starters. So we are talking about meeting people, all right? One of the few things that you can do in connecting with people easily is, number one, show genuine interest in people, all right? Ask open-ended questions about their work, about their passion, about their experiences. How is work going? What do you do about, that very thing you're doing? How do you get to, solve problems? Ask open-ended questions, show genuine interest in people. Is one of the ways to easily connect with people. And I think it's one of the things I see with our CEO. I think he's a good networker. I'm not sure he knows, but he networks very well, because one of the ways he does that is by showing genuine interest in people. He wins hearts, like magic. Like I said earlier, offer a compliment. Always find something genuine, to say about someone. And also be observant and be adaptable. Pay attention to what people say when you meet them, and try to adapt your responses to what you get from them, so that it's not like you have planned out something before. Listen and react or respond based on what you get from them. So also offer insights and expertise. in providing value to your network, offer insights and expertise. I found out that a lot of people, when they know things, even right from school, they want to keep it to themselves. One of the ways you can easily be a friend to a lot of people is offer value. I had friends then that would teach people for free. They organize trainings to help people. They organize trainings and then they call their classmates. People like that, people don't forget them. Even after school, you see that they keep, connection with them because they offer insights and they share their expertise. And we have people that when they know stuff, they don't want to share with anybody, thinking that is what will help them go far in life. And that's a big lie. It's when you share, when people see that you are valuable, they tend to want to connect with you. Also, one thing I love to do, connect people with each other, all right? Connect people with each other and then promote their work or projects. When you have the ability to share someone's stuff, share it without thinking about what to get in return. All right, so what do you do to maintain relationships? You have met someone now. How do you now maintain it? First thing, constant check-ins. And the practical aspect of this is, so there is this friend of mine that I met through a friend about 2019. We started the group together, but something happened. A lot of them left. All right, and because one of the things I try to do, leveraging technology, when I see status, when I see something that probably makes me smile, or probably I learned from something, I'll drop a response. The person will see. It's either the person says thank you or the person will also react with a smiley, But one way or the other, what have you done? You have established something in that person's heart. The person knows you are there, all right? So that's one of the ways to leverage technology. So one thing I do, even if I'm in any group on WhatsApp, or wherever, I always try to engage, engage, meaningfully. That's the next one. When you check on people, constant checking, sometimes you have to plan a calendar, for people that that in your network, you offer value to them, they offer value to you. You plan your calendar to know when to check on them and when to, say something to them. And then, like I said, engage meaningfully using social media. Your WhatsApp status, on Facebook, don't be an onlooker. We have people that sit on the fence. They don't want to, you learn something from someone, you don't say thank you. It's very bad. Someone posts something that blesses you. Just say thank you. That way you are keeping tabs on the person and the person is getting to notice it. Also, focus on the positives in people. If you're going to maintain relationships, we are not all perfect, all right? We all have our strengths and our weaknesses. But if you are going to maintain relationships, don't stay on people's, don't dwell on their negatives, dwell on their positive. Also, like I said earlier, connect people. When you know that there is someone in your network that needs another person, you can easily talk to this person. This person is this good, this person is this good. Connect them together. This is one of the things I do as well that has helped me keep a lot of friends. Also, give, get. Think about what you can give. It's transformational, not transactional. Think of what you can give to people, twice before you even think of anything you will get in return. And never stop adding value to people. Never stop adding value to people. Networking etiquettes and practices. Respect time, follow up, and then be professional in dealing with people. How do you overcome common networking challenges? Build genuine connections. How to approach networking with authenticity. Be authentic. When you are getting to meet people, I found out that, just sometime last week, I was in the gathering, and then, when you are not from a very wealthy home, sometimes you have this inferiority complex. When you see wealthy people, how do you approach them? When you talk, there's a certain way you think they want to listen to you. But you know what you need? Just be authentic. Go to them with a compliment. If it's someone that has blessed you through a podcast, tell them that I listened to your podcast and it really blessed me. You can't tell someone that and then the person will not start listening, to you. So let it be genuine connections. Be yourself, be authentic. Don't try to form, because you are meeting a billionaire. You also want to form that, it's not bad to look, like that, but don't form what you are not. Just stay authentic. And in breaking the ice, like I said, is you have to turn your contact. Yeah, there are a lot of opportunities in your contact. There was a time myself and CEO were talking, and we're saying that all the people we need in our organization to take us to the next level, they're already in our organization. So all you need to do, build genuine connections with people. And so this is how we end the training today. Your network is your most valuable asset, and investing in it can lead to greater success, greater happiness, and greater productivity. This is a quote by Porter Gale that wrote, "Your network is a network." So I want to say a big thank you for joining me today. Should you have questions, should you have comments or suggestions, you can drop it in our chat box. Thank you for joining me today, and do well to connect with someone today. Bye.